Hey guys, this is Gale Force Online, here to bring you another one of my trash builds. Now this is my Necromancer main tank. Alright, it's predominantly just used for main tanking most content, but I've got a bit of role playing at the same time, so I'm specific about the sets and the skills I use, so it kind of sticks to the same thing. Now it's a very high damage, it's a very high health tank to absorb a lot of damage, but doesn't have a great deal of resources. So you can see 10k max magicka, which is not very much, 18k stamina, which is fairly average, and the resistance is about 26k, but once I buff it up, it hits about 31,500, where we want it to be. My recovery also is not very high, so basically need to be very specific about the skills I use and when I use it, and as a necromancer it's a very hard class to use. Now, running through my inventory, use an Essence of Immovability potion, so immune to CCs for 10 seconds. I usually use this if I need to pick up an ally or if I'm running low on resources. Restores health and restores stamina as well. And then I just have a basic increase max health, max stamina food. There's a lot better food you can use for it. I just use this basic food to get the max increase on those stats that I use. Now the sets I use first is Plague Doctor. I have an ultimate increase trait on it, which is not crucial. I just like to get as much ultimate as quick as I can on this build. So Plague Doctor increases my max health by 2895, so at gold is about 3k. And Plague Doctor Shield, so Plague Doctor running on both sides pretty much identical. Now the monster helm I use is Pirate Skeleton, because firstly it's got a really cool animation when it procs. It turns you into a walking skeleton for a few seconds, which looks really cool for the Necromancer. But also has some use in it that it grants me major protection for 10 seconds, but also reduces my healing received by 30% as well. So it's a bit of give and take on that one. But really cool animation which makes it worth it. And then the other set I use is Warrior Poet. There's a lot other health sets that would be better than this one. For instance, if you have a Warden healer in your group, then this set would just not work because they would automatically give you minor toughness on it. But I just had the sets available, and since I'm on PS4 it's really hard to grind through all the sets that I need. So I can't just jump on the PTS and do these setups, so I need to do it all on the live servers. But with this one it increases my max health by 10%, which also works very nicely when I activate the ultimate of Bone Colossus, which increases my max health by 30k, and then this 10% pushes it up to 33k, which is very, very nice. Alright, moving on to the skills. So on the front bar I just have the normal Pierce Armor, which is the main close range taunt that we use. Also applies Major Fracture and Breach, so it reduces the enemy's physical and spell resistance. Then Heroic Slash, which reduces their damage output by 15%, but it also gives you one ultimate every 1.5 seconds for the total duration of 12 seconds. So this is very nice to generate ultimate in order to pop off the giant colossus that you want to use. Then Spiked Bone Shield, which is the main shield that I use, and I can use the other one in the Sword of Board skill line, but for nostalgia's sake I like using this one because it gives you the exact same shield but also has a very nice animation of kind of bones floating around you, which looks cool, especially for the Necromancer. Alright, then Vampiric Drain is the other skill that I use. So what it does, it gives me some health back. Now I haven't fully upgraded the skill yet because it just came out with the Greymaw patch. But the second upgrade of that is still the same as it was last time, where it gives you ultimate back as well. I'm not sure exactly how much it was, but it was very nice ultimate generator running through combat. And then Necro Potency. This is a nice heal if you have corpses around you, which heals you for 3k every 1 second for 2 seconds, but also very nice ultimate generation as well. So every corpse that is around you, and you can generate some of them through the skills that you use, you gain 6 ultimate. And also while this skill is slotted, it reduces your damage taken by 3%, which is very nice for a tank. And then onto the Bone Colossus, which is the giant transformation you go into, and it increases your max health by 30k. It also heals you for 30k, and while transformed, any light attacks that you do restore health on top of that. And you deal magic damage in the area around you and heal for that amount. So this ability scales off your max health, so it's very nice to have a very big health pool. So I would have more health on this build than I would have on any of my others. So once I activate the ultimate, you can see my max health has pushed up to over 106k, which is massive. It is double the amount that you would recommend for any other tank to use. Alright, now moving on to the back bar. Just have a range taunt using stamina, and this comes from the Undaunted skill line. It does also give you nice synergy for your allies to pop off. Then I have Spirit Guardian from the class skills. It summons a little ghost there to heal you, but also while this ghost is active, it takes 10% of the damage that you take. So you do have to, if you're taking a lot of damage, you need to proc it very often, but it is a very nice skill to have, and if the ghost expires, then it gives you an extra corpse to work with. And then Turn Evil, which is from the Fighters Guild skill line. So it has a little bit of utility in it, in the fact that I use this as my heart CC, and also use it as a source of minor protection, since I don't have a source of minor protection anywhere on my front bar. So popping this off, it would fear the enemy in front of you, and also while standing inside, my stamina regen is boosted up a bit, and I also have minor protection. Moving on to the next skill, which is Beckoning Armor. This just increases my resistances by 5, 8, 5 to 80. And look, 26k resistances. Put this on, it puts it up to 31,500 that I want, which is a little bit shorter than cap, but I like keeping it at that figure because healers tend to use a skill that grants minor ward and minor resolve, which increases your resistances by about 1400. So that will push you up to 33k max. And the other good thing about this skill is while it's active and you get struck by a ranged enemy, it actually pulls the enemy towards you. So you don't have to sit there and pull the enemies all towards you, you just need to run into combat and all the ranged enemies get pulled towards you automatically. Now this one is a skill I probably use most in trash mobs. It does a nice bit of physical damage there as well, but it also heals me at the same time. So 10k heal, which is very nice to do, and then another 3.148 for each enemy hit, which is very nice healing to have on the back bar, and also dealing some damage at the same time. And then Renewing Animation, which is an ultimate from the Necromancer skill line. And what it does, you can automatically revive up to 3 allies on the ground as long as they're within a certain area. And I restore some resources as well for every attempt that ally makes to be revived. So this is a very nice skill to have if your group is wiping and there's a lot of allies on the ground. It'll give you a bit more of a chance to recover. More so in dungeons than in trials. So if you've got 3 people down in a very close area, you could probably save the day with this skill. Alright, so looking as such, on the back bar the buffs I use, circle with taking armor and the spirits, and then having to do that front taunt, slice, which increases my ultimate regen as well. Another thing to note that if you use a light attack, you automatically gain ultimate for a short amount of time, so make sure to weave light attacks through your animations. And then the shield if I need it, some ulti regen and health regen from the vampire skill, and then, oh, they just expired now. Taking the shield. So as I said, vampire drain. And once the ghost expires, 3, 2, 1, there you go. You can have a skill which heals you and also regenerates the 6 ultimate for you, which is very nice to use. So you can generate the, what's that, 262 ultimate fairly quickly in order to have that Ravenous Goliath running for as much as possible. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any ideas about builds I need to do in the future, let me know in the comments down below. If you like the content I'm putting out, please like and subscribe. Be safe and take care. See ya.